Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to my review of the film Phoenix Forgotten. Now, if you didn't know, this is the umpteenth movie that uses the whole found footage concept. Of course, this was a concept made extremely popular with Blair Witch, the Blair Witch Project, and many films have come and gone since then that have tried this as well. I think one that probably did the best was the Paranormal Activity series, at least episodes 1 through 3. Now, Phoenix Forgotten is a very interesting tale. It tells the story of a young, curious teenager who one night at a family event looks out to the Phoenix sky, and they're all taken aback by these mysterious lights that appear out of nowhere. What's the story with these lights? Well, Curious George wants to know, so he assembles a couple of his friends and they head out, and they're never seen from again. Now, his sister, 20 years later, decides that she wants to investigate. She wants to find out exactly what happened. So, it means talking to people who were on the scene back in the day, the police officers, the parents. And wouldn't you know, she comes across some footage. Now, what makes this movie different than a lot of the other movies, and what makes this movie successful, in my opinion, is it does such a good job of character development. I feel this movie does a better job than most at the character development, as I found myself really interested in what exactly happened to these three kids. The next thing I really liked about this movie is the fact that it is produced by Ridley Scott. And yes, usually when you get a producer credit, it doesn't mean much. But Mr. Blade Runner seemed to be more involved in this film than, say, Quentin Tarantino was in something like Hostel Part 3. Now, I enjoyed this film. I like the character development, like I said. I love the fact that as you're watching this, as you're watching the found footage pieces, they did such a great job of developing the time frame of when the movie was supposed to be depicted. It's one of those films where what happens at the end is all well and good, but how they get you there was the real star of this. The writing is good, the cinematography is good, the acting from essentially a group of unknowns is fantastic. For you to watch a movie, as I did, and feel interested and invested in what happens to them, good job on their performances. Everybody's going to have mixed reviews on this film. My review on this film is that it's very good and you should definitely check it out. It's flying under the radar, possibly because a lot of people are thinking to themselves, been there, done that. And I'll tell you, it doesn't have to be a cultural phenomenon like the Blair Witch Project for it to be a good movie. This is under the radar. I don't think it's going to crush the box office, but it's definitely worth your time, and I give it a B+. If you have a chance to see Phoenix Forgotten, let me know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.